Good morning. Haven't even touched it yet. Just walked in. This Frymaster fryer is the same little buddy. I changed that intermotor on not terribly long ago. And apparently, she was blowbacking. She was having some delayed ignition problems. And the internal service person here for this company, who's a good man, he saw my video of changing the burners, and he changed the burners himself. Good on him. Good job. Except, now it doesn't come on. So, the fan starts, he says, and that's correct, but the ignition module never tries to fire. So, the worst thing is trying to go in behind somebody and figure out what's going on. But let's drop this so we can see. And hopefully find the safety that's keeping us off. Alright, well, visual inspection, right? So I've got it on. We've got no ignition. Okay, there. Our gas valve is on. And it's powered. We're not getting any status light to our board at all. I do appreciate how, sorry, I just heard it click, but it was prior to. I do appreciate how he marked everything when he undid them, 3 to 3, 2 to 2. Good on you. What's that? Well, that belongs in one of these Molexes, I would imagine, based on what I'm looking at there. Alright, so that red wire isn't it, because what that is this. If you look at the middle ones, the middle one and the end one all has that red wire unused. So, no such lucks. Flame sensor in place. So look, here's the unit next to it, alright? Sometimes the greatest gift you can get is that it's a multi-unit system. And you can zoom out and say, okay, what's the difference here? Alright, so this board, even when it's off, it's showing 12 volts, 24 volts, and the air. When we fire it up and adjust, get sensor ignition done. I would say we're missing on 24 volts. Based on what we're looking at right here. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something. Well, let's see what happens. I've done some of the pre-inspection stuff that the spoiler alert has been done, but so what we got is we got our 24 volt, they're dual voltage transformers. Okay? So, boom. Meter. Come on. Happy Saturday morning, by the way. Alright, dual voltage transformer. I don't have 24 volts at my board. We're gonna not try to do that left-handed. Alright, 120 volts in. Left circuit is the 12 volt circuit. And I can tell you when I tested that, I had 12 volts. Now, right volts are the right volt circuit. I have 24 volts. But I've got my board Molex connector unhooked right now. Okay, so this runs up into here to this connector. So this connects on the back side of the board right here. I'm gonna plug that back in. So what's funny is when we plug in, we lose our voltage and it drops to 12 volts. So it's like, pardon me, do we have a board problem? Ouch. Careful, everything's energized. I know you can't. It's not exciting as I'm, okay, there we go. We just connected. Now we have 12 volt light, no 24 volt light. And now, when we measure this, now on my 24 volt circuit, I have 14 volts. So, you can wonder, is it the board? Is the transformer unable to push? Is it the solid state controller? So if we unhook the controller, we still don't get our 24 volts. So it's not the controller. There's two fuses, they're not blown, but I have a hypothesis. I'm gonna reach out to the young man who did this, and I need him to be honest enough to tell me, because this is the dumbest thing manufacturers ever do. You have two Molex connectors here. I just unplugged the unit, okay? One is 120 volts, running your 120 volts everywhere. The other, I can't get it out. So you got a high voltage whip, and you have a low voltage whip, and they put the same end on both. So, if you're not paying attention and you accidentally wired it this way and fired it up, then you're gonna send 120 volts into this 12 and 24 volt system. Now, I'd be surprised that the 12 volt system's still alive if that's what happened. But, the other thing I need to see is which ones of these wires brings my 24 volts up. Which is gonna be this red one here. So I need to chase it into the whip and then go to the corresponding wire on the front end and see, do I have 24 volts getting through, or is it possible that I've got a wiring problem between here and there. All right, so now what we've done is we're checking our voltage in, and again, this is the unused one, according to what I see in the other units anyway. There's our red line coming in. We test that to ground. I got 24 volts. So I have 24 volts from the transformer to here. I'm gonna pull a real quick trick and see if it's the transformer or if it's the board, because I hate being an incorrect parts order. And that is, I'm gonna go grab a 24 volt transformer out of the truck. I'm gonna plug it into the wall, and then I'm gonna plug in the other side of this 24 volt transformer to it and see if I get my light. If I get my light, then I know the problem is my transformer's just gone weak. If I don't get my light still, then we know I've got a board problem. So I'm gonna call tech support once I have that information, just because when I think I know what's up, I like to confirm. Okay, so again, all I've done, let's turn this off. All I've done is taken the 24 volts from this unit, which if I unhooked it, you'd see it's dead, and now it's here. Hey, look at all the lights. No, I still don't have ignition yet. There it goes. And fire. Now, I smell something funny and I thought it was electrical burning. It's the new burners burning. And my pot's in, so I'm not running it on purpose. But, guess what I don't have in my truck? See if she'll like. Yes, sir, she'll like. Yes, sir. Just just gonna get them through the weekend. Fill this with oil. All right, this is what we call getting by. So I've got a separate 24 volt transformer running the 24 volt circuit. I've got it grounded to its chassis here. And then that's grounded to the same place that the rest of it's grounded to. So there shouldn't be any conflicting issues with juggling the 12 volt and the 24 volt common. So this can't hit the wall because it's shallower than that. I have zip tied the plugs together, so everything will be in and running. I'm going to leave this off. I will be back on Monday to replace with the OEM transformer, but just going to get them through. Busy store. They've been without this fryer for way too many days, so no mas. So the next adventure of the question, so we need to adjust this, is right, I'm actually here because he replaced the burners. And so how is it going to work now that he's replaced the burners? You can smell, you know, new burners have a real bad smell to them. Trying to just adjust the airflow to see if I can't get this a little more blue. There we go. But yeah, we'll see. It's not gonna hang around for a little bit, even though I got it up and running. He never had it up and running after his burner change, so there's no telling if there's something else wrong. But she was having boom backs, and now she's not, so kudos on him for getting the burner swapped.